All right, what's going on, everybody? So today, let's get right into it. I wanted to talk about how to draw bowls. It's a very simple subject, very simple idea, but there is a little bit more to it, especially for the beginners. It might help you start to look at things a little bit differently. And the first way, I'm making a whole series of these drawing videos, and the first thing I had to think about was how to structure these videos and how to really make it easy to understand and like a process for how to draw. And one of the first things I do when I go to draw something over the years, from what I figured out, is that you have to observe your subject. So right now I have some bowls here, obviously, different kinds of bowls. So we can see that these have different proportions, they're different heights and lengths, there's different things going on, but they serve the same function. They're both bowls, they're both they're both circles, circular, you can put things in them and stuff, but there's things to take note of. And it has a lot to do with perspective and also just with your eye level. So when I have this bowl at the eye level of the camera, let's say, the top is completely straight, right? But as soon as I bring it down, you can start to see into the bowl a little bit more, and you start seeing an ellipse, which is basically an elongated circle, an oval. You start seeing an oval. But if I bring it up, you can start to see the top of the bowl starts getting curved, but you can no longer see into the bowl. So this is kind of how perspective works in one sense. It has to do with your eye level, where your eye is compared to the bowl. So it's something to take note of. It happens with every kind of bowl or cylinder, cup, bottle, whatever you want. And even when it's basically, you can exaggerate it by turning the bowl. So if you're looking straight into the bowl, it's a circle, and then as you turn it, the circle becomes an ellipse, an oval, and then it becomes nothing. It becomes a line. So that's very interesting. Definitely want to take note of that when you're drawing cylindrical bowls or stuff like this that is a bowl shape. So also take note of the ellipse. It's never a point on the edges, and we can talk more about that. And when I do like a little sketch, we'll do some quick sketches just to show you some ideas about bowls and stuff. But it's very important to observe and take note of these tiny details first. Basically like how a bowl functions and how it depends on your eye level and all these different aspects, these different things. So it's important. It's definitely important. It's simple stuff. I know it's very beginner. I know a lot of folks are gonna be like, this is too simple, but I wanted to start this series simple and kind of build on it, and we'll just go through a ton of different items and how to draw them and how to kind of construct them in different methods, different ways. I think it'll be a lot of fun and maybe helpful for anybody out there. But take note of an ellipse. So you see it's never a point, it's never pointy at the sides. They still has a curve like a circle. That's a beginner mistake a lot of people make, is when they draw a bowl or something, an ellipse like that, an oval, they tend to make it pointy at the ends, and that's a mistake. You want to always keep it curved, because this is a curved surface all the way around. So those are some things to take note of. So how much the ellipse is elongated compared to being a circle. You don't want it pointy on the edges, and take note of the curves and the eye level and perspective and things like that. That's pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple. Bowls are very simple, but it's kind of, we'll be able to build on this stuff later on. So let's get into like some quick sketches and stuff, and we'll just talk a little bit more about that and how to go about it. All right, so let's start off with the simplest way you can draw a bowl, and that's from having the eye level being straight across, as we talked about. And it's basically, depending on the bowl, it's kind of like a half circle, slightly flat on the bottom at some point. And there we go. We have a quick bowl, very, very quick bowl, very messy. But you guys get the idea. And now you can add a line for the background to show a tabletop. There we go, we have a bowl. That's the simplest way to draw a bowl at eye level. The top is at eye level. So this is where your eye is. So how do we draw it from different perspectives? Well, it depends on the ellipse. So let's go over the ellipse thing that I was talking about. So if this is eye level, this line is eye level, where your eye is. This is where the bowl would be straight across flat. And then as we go down, this is what ends up happening. The ellipse grows in height. So the more the bowl is beneath, the more the bowl is below our eye level, the taller the ellipse grows. And like I said, it's always curved on the edges here. You don't want it to be, you don't want to do this. You don't want to have it be pointy. You don't want pointy edges like that. That's what you don't want. So same thing above. Above, it's going to start off like this and grow, get bigger and bigger. The only difference is with a bowl, you're not going to be able to see into the bowl. You're only going to be able to see the top of the bowl. So the bowl is going to be like this. You're going to be looking at that top edge, and it's going to get more curved and then less curved as it gets toward the eye level. So that's how you can draw it from different perspectives. And then you can go ahead and draw a quick bowl in here like this. And it's going to be different heights depending on what you're looking at. Definitely draw from life if you can. Get out a bowl like I did, set it on the table, and move it around and just draw it from different angles. If you're able to raise the table up or put it on different levels, eye levels, it'd be great to do that so you can draw it at these different eye levels. You know, like I said, so we can have the ellipse like this, and if we know, if you're only seeing a small bit of that ellipse like this, we know that it's close to our eye level. But if you're looking into the bowl, it's going to be more circular like this. You'll be seeing more of what is in that bowl. And so you can even put like a liquid in there or something. So that's really the basics of a bowl, but let's talk about adding some light to this. Adding some light to a bowl. That's the interesting thing. That's where it becomes interesting. So, and this is the case with most cylinders. So let's say we have a light coming from over here up above. So the interesting thing about this, let's say it's like over here as well, is you're going to have light on the outside of it's going to be shadow over here on the outside of the bowl. And it's going to get lighter and lighter as it goes toward the light. The interesting thing is it's going to be shadow on this side, on the inside, because the light is bouncing off over here. The light is coming over here, inside of the bowl, but on the outside, it's shadow. So it's kind of this opposite effect. And the same thing happens, you know, if you move the light to the other side, it's going to be opposite again. So that's something definitely interesting to take note of. If you're drawing from life, put a lamp on a bowl and kind of move it around. You'll see these different shadows and things. And you have a shadow over here. Another thing to talk about, let's do one more lighting scenario. So let's say the light is coming from right above. So the whole bowl is going to be, the inside's going to be lit up, but the outside is going to be shadow. Because this is the widest part of the bowl. It only gets smaller, so you're going to have shadow. The rest of the bowl is going to be in shadow, and then you'll have a small shadow around the bottom like this. And it may be the darkest right under here. Give it a tabletop there. So definitely try out these different lighting scenarios. You know, just have fun with it. But like I said, this is very, very basic. Very simple. There's not a whole lot to it. And obviously if you're looking at a bowl straight from above, it's just going to be a circle. Or whatever shape that bowl is. You can get a little bit, you can start getting fancy, you know, if these bowls have like lips on them, you can start adding these small details, or if they have like some kind of ornate decorative piece on the bottom, you can start adding that. You know, start building on these shapes, you know. Drawing from life, drawing from what you're looking at. This is all just conceptual information. This isn't meant to be like a great drawing or great sketches. I'm just showing you information so that you can start drawing these things yourself. Start applying this to bottles and cups and all kinds of things. This ellipse thing is super important, as well as some of the lighting and the perspective and everything. So I hope that you found this helpful. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.